to me, that's a good example. If you're bold, if you don't just nibble around the edges, but you're aggressive in limiting the size and scope of government, and in turn putting some of those tax dollars back into the people and employers that make the state great, we in turn are going to see jobs come back to Wisconsin.
You know, there have been a lot of rumors recently that Doyle may not run. Do you believe you'll be running against Jim Doyle?
In the end, I'm not running against Jim Doyle. I'm running to make the state great again. So whether it's Jim Doyle on the ballot or anybody else, doesn't matter. We're going to take an agenda that allows people to believe in Wisconsin again, an agenda that's going to bring more jobs, more opportunity, and more freedom back to the state. And you know, certainly the governor would provide a great contrast. I would think probably the best contrast we've had in this state since 1986, when Tommy Thompson beat Tony Earl. But for us, it doesn't matter who the candidate is. Our focus is on November 2nd and making the state great again.
Who do you see as your biggest competition within the Republican Party to run for this job?
You know, I really don't. I don't focus on anything but November 2nd. In fact, actually, I focus a lot on November 3rd. I've talked to business after business from one end of the state to the other, and they're scared. A lot of employers have told me, particularly publicly traded companies, their board of directors are talking about encouraging them to look at moving out of the state. I tell them, wait till November 3rd. Give me a chance, give me an opportunity to show not only we can win, but that we can get the state moving in the right direction. And again, I'm not worried about any of their opponents. There could be 1 or 100. My focus is entirely on jobs.
Scott, what are you going to do to attract votes from African American and Latino voters in Wisconsin? And what, how might you bring them more into your own campaign?
Well, I think when I ran for re-election the first time, I picked up 42% of the vote in the African American community in Milwaukee because I didn't pander. I had a message that worked. I had a message that was consistent. I didn't pick one community or one neighborhood over another. I just went out and campaigned hard. I think it parallels what Tommy did. You know, Tommy had great numbers in all parts of the state of Wisconsin because he had a message that resonated and he wasn't afraid to go and campaign. So whether it's in the African American community, the Latino community, the Hmong community, or frankly, whether it's you know, all the way up in Superior and Wausau and other places that maybe historically have voted more Democrat, we're not going to concede any votes in the state of Wisconsin. We're going to campaign all out because we think we've got a message when it comes to jobs that people care about no matter where they're at.
Do you think a candidate from Milwaukee can win statewide?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. I mean, you look at the combination of, I grew up in a small town and apply some of those same values, but more importantly, I've taken on the political machine here in Milwaukee not once, not twice, but 3 times. And I think the voters from Superior all the way down here to Milwaukee and everywhere in between look at that and say, who do you want in Madison to take on the machine but a guy who's taken on probably the most powerful machine in the state, and that's me. And we do it because we put our faith in the people. I mean, that's the other big contrast. Now, you asked before about the governor. Why I think that's such a stark contrast is the governor, with all due respect, we're going to run a positive campaign and just draw out the contrast, but Governor Doyle puts his faith in the government. I put my faith in the people, and I think that's going to be the contrast here. And the more people see that we're fighting for them, no matter where they live in the state, no matter what they look like, where they come from, what their economic background, there'll never be a time when this governor can't look someone in the eye and say, I've done everything possible to keep your job and to grow jobs in the state. That's a message I think resonates. With that, Speaker?